It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium. Hello all, Kate Scott up here in the booth, and joining me as always, my partner Brock Heward. All right, Brock, everyone hoping we see a competitive contest here, and both teams feel they can provide that.
Yeah, this should be a good one. I mean, you just stack these two teams up. We've all done our homework. They've done a lot more practice time and film watching and everything else. But by all accounts, the numbers will tell you, the talent would tell you, we're going to have a competitive chess match, and I can't wait to watch it.
Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're off from MetLife. Gray now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. They'll be led out by this promising young signal caller, already a starter in his first season out of Ole Miss.
Kate, when I watch these rookie quarterbacks running out to open a game, I think of the old World Series great pitcher Cliff Lee. And he made a one-handed play in the World Series and was asked about it afterwards. They said, man, how do you have so much poise? You didn't even look nervous on that stage. And he said, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. You got to tell yourself you'll be just fine. And these rookie QBs, that's part of the learning curve they're climbing.
Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Sidney Brown in on that stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. This is Tracy. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Zach Bond with the tackle.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Man, that was a chain mover if he would have held on, Brock, but the contact just too much to do so.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed in himself because you've got to make these contested catches, but I do give a lot of credit. An outstanding effort defensively to force that ball out.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. He fields this at the 18. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in, but it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the 41. This one finds Goddard. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, Having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down throwing for Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. Escapes the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Option play. They give it to Barkley. And they take him down right along the 30. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
That pass caught by Jaxson. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Micah McFadden able to make the play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Motion man left is Brown. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. He couldn't get anything there, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Another chance at it on 2nd and goal, still from the 5. Hurts setting up to throw. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Hurts now on 3rd and goal. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles have a great first drive and get the game's first points. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together. But no doubt about it on that opening drive, Brock, he was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number one, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. Number two, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack, and that time attack a 3rd time for 6.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Giants taking the field for their second possession. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. They've got first down from the 31. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Cooper DeJean with the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun here. That's complete to Darius Slayton. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Zach Bond with the tackle.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Giants will have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Back now, pressure on its way. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. He's going to throw this one. That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this 2nd quarter with the Giants in possession. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. They go play action here. This finds Bellinger. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
3rd and long for him here. Has his man, it's Tracy. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Here's Tracy. And he's got a nice gain down inside the 10-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Looking to the air here. Cut near the goal line. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants start to fight back with their first points of this game. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants tie this game 7-7. Gano ready to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. The Eagles and receiver Devontae Smith returning to the field. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by Paulson Adebo.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This finds Smith. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Hurts now from the gun. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, I know some old-school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a 1st down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. Know how valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
The Giants and Malik Neighbors set to go to work again. No return on that punt. And the Giants are going to take over with a lot of field ahead of them. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for the back that time. And that's gonna leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
The Giants are set to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. The return begins on their side of midfield. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Eagles will start their drive in optimal field position. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Goddard makes the catch. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, a run with Barkley. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. From the pistol, Hurts bails out of the pocket quick. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. It's the Eagles with 1st and 10. Hurts looking to throw. He's on the move. By a man, and now he's in the clear.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
2nd and 3 now. Now they'll throw out of the gun. The throw is caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Flushed it, and he scores! It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles get some late points and the lead. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Giants take over now late in this first half. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. He's got him, that's Tracy. Bouncing football, and the Eagles get to it. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. So just like that, Brock, a very nice drive ends in a whimper from that offense and a real roar from the defense, who get off the field by recovering that fumble.
Yeah, that defense was just getting walked backwards, and one of them finally said, enough is enough. And I'll tell you, the way they were moving the football offensively, I think you felt it.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Gets this to Slayton. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Giants using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll throw it. This is complete to Neighbors. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's got, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And the back-to-back sacks, nice work by the defense there, sets him up with a third down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So as we reach halftime, we see the visiting Eagles taking a lead into the break. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Hewer.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Good now, ready to send this away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So to begin the third quarter, the Eagles offense returning to the field. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. First down throwing for Hurts. Throw left side, complete. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Micah McFadden able to make the play.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
One of the tight ends motioning right. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. He takes it himself. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. He was brought down by Roy Robertson Harris.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Hurts setting up to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, Hurts. Able to find Jaxson here. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brought down by Paulson Adebo.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Escapes a defender. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. He's got a man left. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust, and trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
from the 18 on second down. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Back to throw, Hurts. Pass it down close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Now it's second and goal from the 1. Barkley will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line.
So often we talk about the individual having to move on to the next play. Well, that was a perfect picture of the collective. That defense staring down second and 1 rose to the occasion collectively.
Buckle up. It's third and goal. Now Hurts. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Gray now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Cooper to Jean with the stop. They'll come to the line here, second and 9. He'll throw it. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That was Reed Blankenship making the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Third down from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Takes it in at the 26. And some nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, God bless the Ted Washingtons, Casey Hamptons, Vince Wilforks, all them run stuffers back in the day. But the D-tackles of today, you not only have to stuff the run, you have to eat up the pass too, and that D-tackle just got it done.
Offense to the line for second down. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Bobby Okereke making that stop. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up third down. Hurts now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. So this one flies out. No return from him, and they're putting the ball right at the 40-yard line. Now here comes the New York offense. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this third quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent. But in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out. You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
He finds Slayton. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They go play action here. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
There is no question this defense has risen to the occasion of prime time tonight. There's also no question that this is a window into the kind of beating quarterbacks can take when you can't protect him. He's going to have to use all week to get his body right to hopefully hit the field next week.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Giants football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the fourth. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Slot receiver headed left. Another try following the sack. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Connects with the open man downfield. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the gun, it's Tracy. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, He's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Here's Tracy once more. And he'll turn this into a solid gain down to the 14. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it was nearly a touchdown, but they're going to say it's incomplete.
Well, he had the space from the defender and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Barkley's got it. And he'll get it up to the 27. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Here's Saquon. And he'll take this up to around the 29-yard line. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 29. Buys time, rolling right. He's running with it. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. Jahan Dotson, the intended receiver. So 2nd down coming up.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Flush down out to his left. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
The Eagles are in punt formation. Braden Mann will kick it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. So no return on that punt. And they're going to be backed up deep in their own territory to begin this one. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. They get 22 on that one. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
First down, ball at the 36. Robinson sent in motion left. To the air now on 1st and 10. Dumps it off to his running back. Jukes out a one-stop, and he takes this out after crossing the 45. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Throwing now from the gun. Connects with Johnson. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Offense in the hurry up here. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Hauled in left side. And they make this stop, we're gonna say at about the 37-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Working quickly here. 2nd and 4. Into the hands of Neighbors. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a pickup of 11. And the Giants will have a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Offense up to the line fast. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This is complete to Neighbors. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the 16. Has room into the secondary. And in, touchdown, New York. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So now a big moment for the Giants as they line up for 2. He's throwing for it! And this is going to be caught, getting aggressive as they trail in this game, and that takes them 2 points closer. Well, Brock, the run's certainly an option as they lined up for 2, but as an offense, what are you looking for when you decide to throw it instead?
Well, you've spent all week working on these plays, and usually you have 2 or 3 that you like. That run game, you're right, you could run it. But there's so much more space with creativity in the passing game. And good offenses, elite offenses, they find a way not just to practice it, but to execute it when it matters.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Here's a return from the 7. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Eagles ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. Has a man, it's Brown. And he's tackled for a short gain. Second down now, 7 to go. They run it with Saquon. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. So now here's 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw it. And really, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. They're out now, ready to punt it. And they could really use a good one here. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. The Giants headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Running back sent in motion. Back to throw. Neighbors with a catch. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. Now to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Now, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3 and out.
He connects downfield on 4. And he's out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on 4th down.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Setting up to pass. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. Here he is to throw. This finds Bellinger.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Here he is to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. That one gains 7. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Throwing from the gun here. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
2nd and 10 now. And they got there in time. He's taken down. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Looking to throw it. This is for the ball game. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Eagles take a knee. They're going to let the seconds tick away in this win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
D, all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.